Yeah. Already. We back live in effect. Brother Vent 2. What's happening, people?
Are we live?
Yes, we live. Swift, what are you doing, man?
My bad, bro. My computer been acting retarded. It been acting stupid. I need a new back. If y'all want to donate to the Swift need a new MacBook funds, let me know, please, please.
Swift.
But I'm back. I was out last week, but I'm back in full effect. It's me, your boy Swift, coming to you from Houston, Texas, by way of Lake Village, Arkansas.
Swift, you got too much money to be begging.
My
I'm
computer got
just
right.
At Dr. Swift.
right at Dr. Swift begging.
This my laptop that came from my doctoral program. I guess I need another one now.
Definitely, man. This your boy T in the A, straight from La, Mississippi, man. Shout out to all the people on the coast. Y'all be safe with the hurricane coming on the way. You feel me? I'm drinking Jack this week. Don't tell my doctor.
What up? This your boy Crowley. Yeah, y'all definitely hunker down. My folks on that coast, my folks in Louisiana, definitely the folks in Florida. Definitely prayers with those folks in Haiti. But want to tell everybody to continue to be safe out there. I'm going old school. I ain't had this in a while. My uncle nearest, you know what I'm saying. So going a little throwback, and that was a warming gift. So definitely. That's what I'll be on tonight.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Rob, coming to you from Tampa by way of Bolton, Mississippi. Drinking on some high quality H2O tonight. Trying to keep it as healthy as I can. Shouts out to my peoples in Louisiana and Mississippi. Man, y'all be safe. If you need to leave, leave. Don't stay if you don't have to. Let's get right to it.
Tell me why I called my dad talking about you leaving because he right there in South Louisiana. That man talking about some he going kayaking and going fishing. I'm like, if you don't get your ass home and get out of, but he said his wife leaving, so we good.
Well, he's always welcome. My home is open to my fellow.
You already with the shit. Let's move on. So I was out last week. But we getting right to it. This was a topic of conversation in one of the group chats I saw. It's been marriage season. A lot of people been coming up, proposed, married, so on and so forth. And, women put a lot of emphasis on marriage and big ceremonies, right? A whole lot of decorations. They want the perfect dress. They want pictures, so on and so forth. But the men, we like, just get it over with, right? So it was asked, do women place more value on the actual wedding and a big wedding than men do? And how important is a big wedding to you? Rob, I know you are already married. T, hopefully coming soon. Crow, never. But what?
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about a big wedding, a big marriage? And do y'all value a big marriage? And if not, why not? And if so, why you think a big marriage is important?
And Swift, what about you? Since you want to say married, coming soon, never.
I'm hosting tonight.
Boy, you're a politician.
Let's start with Crow. Crow, we'll start with you. Would you want a big marriage? A big wedding. Let me say that, a big wedding. I apologize, a big wedding.
When honestly, like I told you all, I once definitely was engaged. It was more so I just wanted to pay homage to my people, you know what I'm saying, who supported me along the way. Not so much a big marriage, but just wanted them to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying, like family, homies, and stuff like that. But as I've grown, I love my bros. As I've grown, I love my bros. I love my homies. I love my family. To be honest, man, that shit can be just as a piece. That mug can be, we go by a beachside. That motherfucker can be in the backyard. Honestly, I ain't, man, because my main focus now is, after the little ceremony, because I look at wedding as for, the family, the friends, because you shelling out all that money unless you're going old school and the father is paying for the wedding. How we heard that used to be the tradition. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, if you got to kickstart your life, this is just my opinion. Um, I'm saying skip the big wedding and all that stuff because you have to live after the wedding. Um, you have to, if you all want to purchase a home together and so forth and so on. But at the same time, us being men, knowing that a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women kind of have preconceived notions of what that day looks like in their head, or what that day, how they want that day to go. So in there, we have to find a compromise. And if, that's high profit on your end, hopefully you have a woman that understands that she gotta help shell it down, or you all gonna actually start off in debt. And to kind of give my part in as far as me caring about a wedding, honestly, I've only kind of care about the color somewhat and how my tux look in a way, my suit, whatever I choose to rock. But outside of that, as long as it ain't jumping into my pockets too hard, because I know we got to live after this ceremony. Uh, I'm definitely, I just want some modest. I want who I'm loving right there next to me. What they say, you got to have a witness, witness, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I prefer for my money to be spent honestly on the honeymoon, on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? How that trip afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Let's go blow money there. You know what I'm saying? I'm blowing thousands on your diamond ring. I need diamonds in my ring too. Let me say that too. I'm tired of seeing these men with these trash ass rings. You know what I'm saying? And not a diamond in that mud, but these women got 4 carats, 3 carats, 17 carats. And I'm being talking about, and I'm gonna just go with what we call everyday women. I do see everyday women rocking 2 plus, 3 plus carat. Then when I see they man hand, it's some titanium steel.
Yeah.
And then they kind of say, well, he didn't want all that. He told me he wants something simple. Now if he came and brought you something simple. So if he's looking at extra mile, hey, go that extra mile and drop at least some type of 1/4, 3 carat of a diamond in this man, band or something.
And Crow, you brought up some interest, and I'm gonna ask T if we talked about this already, but you talked about the father paying the wedding as a tradition. And something else that's part of tradition is the father walking the bride down the aisle and giving the daughter away to the husband. I know we all know where they came from. So how do y'all feel about women subscribing to those traditions that they benefit from when it comes to patriarchy? And I see Rob laughing already. Have we talked about that? Have we?
No.
I don't think we talked about that.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna ask them when we follow up. But Rob, how was your wedding? Do you value a big wedding? Do you care about the colors and how many people show up? What you think?
So I will probably be the only one on this whole panel, regardless of who we have on here. I've been engaged 3 times. I've been married twice. Mm-hmm. My first engagement, we were planning on having like this massive, huge wedding. During the planning of the wedding was when I got my first red flag that caused me to be like, probably need to reconsider not only the wedding, but the whole relationship, because the whole planning was based on her, had nothing to do with me. Like, I mean,
it was all her dream.
Like, they had like the wedding planner, like the dad was a pastor, so he was gonna pay for it, but it had nothing to do with me. I wasn't supposed to have any say so, nothing. I not only cut off the engagement, but I ended the relationship. My first marriage was not that big. It was like a small amount of people because I honestly wasn't supposed to be getting married. My parents didn't agree, didn't like the person I got married to, and so I kind of snuck and got married. And so that was small. When I got married to Fee, it wasn't a big wedding, but it wasn't like it was a non-traditional wedding. where we got married at this bed and breakfast in Savannah. I had a couple of my friends that were in the military with me that came down with me. It was a little small ceremony. And then we used the money that we had to do stuff after the ceremony. So for me and Fee, because we had both been married before, we didn't care about having a massive wedding, going all the. For me, I'm not a showy type person. Like, I'm a more behind the scenes chill type person. So I don't like that type of stuff anyway. But the fact that she didn't care either kind of made it a lot better because, we didn't care about the show. We'll probably do something, some years from now to include all of our friends and family in it. But for us, we don't need any of those people here. Like, we needed, it was just her and I. We needed our one witness, and we needed the pastor or whoever was going to do the ceremony. So for me, I didn't want it. She didn't want it, and so it was perfect. A lot of dudes go through hell because they usually feel the same way I feel. They don't want some because mostly it's going to be the dude paying for the whole thing. He's going to be paying for the whole thing, man. And so the onus is on him to not only make his future wife happy, but to make sure he's not breaking the bank so they can live after the big, huge show is over with.
So let me ask you this question, Rob, because like you said, men sometimes don't care about the big wedding, the extravaganza, but when should you make that known, right? So, how do you ensure that you have say-so during that process like you didn't have in your first engagement?
I think before the dude proposes, he needs to have an idea because it's on us to push the relationship from girlfriend, boyfriend to fiance and then marriage. Mm-hmm. So it's on us in the traditional sense to do the proposal. We go look for the ring, all that stuff. Before we go look for the ring, because we know we're going to go look for it, before we present that thing, we already need to have in our mind how we want this thing to go with the considerations of whoever we're proposing to. And I would tell men across the world, be very careful during that process. Be very careful during that process because you find out a lot of new things about your mate when you're planning a wedding. Good things and bad things.
T, what you think?
Don't get married. Stay single. Keep the paper.
Man, T having Jay-Z, Beyonce, when. You know what I'm saying? So go on tell us, go on give us the guest list.
Don't bring the government into your union. You know what I'm saying?
The white man's paperwork.
Don't let them into your home, man. But now, I ain't really with the big wedding either. Now if you want to do that, I'm with it. If you want to do that, but luckily, I ain't got to do it, and I wasn't planning on doing it. And, I'd rather just take a trip, you know what I'm saying, 2 weeks gone, a whole month, whatever, you know what I'm saying, instead of spending that money with a large wedding. Now, if it's an intimate wedding with my partners, you know what I'm saying, a couple homies, couple, family, then maybe. But even then, it's like, hey, I'm buying plates, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nobody showing up. You RSVP, then you're flaking out at the last minute. Now I got $30 tab for 50 people that didn't show up. I ain't with it, man. I promise. But I will say, I enjoy going to the big weddings.
They're great.
But that's why I said when you have a big win, it's not for the, really it's for the people who there, low key.
Right. I done been to some nice weddings. I will say, man, I had a good time at all of them, but I just, like at one time I was thinking like, man, maybe I could have a big wedding, you know what I'm saying? Like my LB Leon, his wedding was fire.
E-Dig's wedding was straight.
Let me tell y'all what
you went all out, man.
Airborne wedding was fire, and Too Hot wedding. Like, so I was like, damn, I probably could do it, you know what I'm saying? But then I started thinking about it, like, nah, that ain't me.
Y'all know what I always hear at the end, like when you talk to the bride or the groom towards the end of the reception and shit, one thing they always say, I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like that day wears them down. Like, and that's one thing that's always playing in the back of my head. Now that I've lived a little bit more, I don't want to be tired. Like, I want to be able to enjoy that moment with my new wife, not being saying, "Shoot, we about to go to sleep, we about to kick out." Even though we want to push it, but that's one thing you hear from brides and grooms towards the end. Man, I'm tired. Baby, I'm tired. You hear that more so than anything.
I ain't gonna lie though, like the
See,
price.
Nicole even said that.
No, I'm saying like the price of the engagement ring value is determined off of if you want a big ass wedding too. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a big ass wedding, that ring might not be what you think it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Now, luckily for me, I didn't have to worry about nothing like that because we kind of talked about this. Like, look, we don't really care about these people. You know what I'm saying? Either they rocking with it, they not. We don't have to do all that, whatever. So I was able to splurge in other, other ways.
Okay.
Coming soon, but you know what I'm saying?
So real quick, I got two interesting comments I definitely want to get to. Veronica Jackson said, people get distracted by the wedding and don't remain focused on the purpose of a marriage. So do y'all think I'm not going to say a lot of, do you think that the wedding is more so made the focus point and not the actual marriage? Because that's two totally different things. And why is that? How do we get that to change?
I think more so, it starts off with the love, but that when you start, like I said, and I think Rob even mentioned it, when there's a disconnect in communication, especially when the woman leaves him out of that process, that's when it's left, that's when it's not about the relationship, not about the love. It's strictly about that wedding, not about that joining of that union, that marriage. So when communication is limited and they're both not included, and then also a lot of people have to watch their attitudes during these weddings, during these planning of these weddings also, because I don't know. I've seen a lot of people, like you say, lose focus as far as the relationship, and you're creating this wedding to show everybody this beautiful bond that you've established over the weeks, the months, or the years. You're allowing them to join within this union. So just remember the people that you invite, whether it's your bridesmaids that you have working with you or your groomsmen. This is a moment that you've created to share with them. So just remember that, because it's all based on love and the strength and the union of what you're trying to share with others versus you trying to show off to others.
That's what it used to be until Instagram lights came up. What you about to say, Rob?
I was gonna say, man, like I said, my first engagement, man, like it showed me a lot as far as how people value like the show. And this was before social media was hot, but people enjoy showing off for people instead of showing up for the person that they're supposed to be marrying. Like I don't really care what people think I have or what people think we have. I don't care about that, I don't care, if they think we got a lot or if they think
we know you got a lot, nigga. You be at Fogo the child. You be at Fogo the child with 10 kids, nigga. We know what you got.
Right.
It's just when me and Fee decided to do our wedding, we call it an elopement ceremony. It wasn't really even a wedding. I talked to the people who's close to me through text messages, but I wasn't asking nobody to come visit me because it really wasn't about them. It was about her and I, and making sure that, for one, we weren't tired after she was over with, and for two, we were in sync with one another going through the whole process. And so I think more people get wrapped up in the show as opposed to, hey, man, we walking into some new territory, and we probably need to be on the same sheet of music walking through this whole thing. And social media just made it worse because everyone wants to they want to show off, they want to, have extravagance, they want to do this. And
So, and on top of that, Fifi asked a good question. Do you think the old engagement traditions men used to do is still valued and needed, or are they a waste of time? But first, let's define what are those old engagement traditions. What do you mean by old engagement traditions? The only ones I know is
She said asking the family to approve them asking for their daughter's hand in marriage, and even the tradition of not seeing your bride before the wedding.
So, what do y'all think?
I didn't ask for Fee's dad. I didn't ask Fee's dad for permission to marry her. Like I said, she was already married before, so I was like, "Why do I need to act like you already did this already? like you already did this already. Like I didn't feel like we needed to go through that whole thing, man. But like I said, it depends on the type of family you marrying into, and it depends on the lady that you're marrying. Like some women, if this is their first marriage, they value that thing. I want you to sit down with my pops. I want you to, talk to him about me personally. Whenever Vanessa chooses to get married, I don't need to give you permission to marry her. That's just me. I don't need that. I need to know that you're a good dude, and I'm not gonna have to kill you if you do something to her. That's all I'm really concerned about. That's it. Like that's it. Like I don't need to give you permission. I need you. When she leaves my premises, I need to know that I'm not gonna have to go get her because you can't do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Period. As long as you're holding up your end of the bargain, I don't care about any of that other stuff, man. But some women care about that, So,
and I want to say that those old traditions are passed down through patriarchy, right? Because that were bred out of women not having a say so in any part of her life, right? When she was not married, she was under her father's house, and she did everything that the father said. The husband come along, hey, let me take your daughter off your hands and not let her bring it to my house. He said, okay. The whole walking down the aisle, giving the daughter away, that's part of patriarchy. Hey, this is your kind of property. Like, this is your property now. This is your wife.
It also came with land and some livestock, usually.
So that's part of that old tradition of patriarchy, and it benefited.
To be honest, Swift, that's still part of some people's culture. So it's not old tradition. Like I would say in the Islamic Muslim faith, especially those who are still over in the Eastern area, and in some Latino communities and in some of their areas, that's still big. So that tradition is something that they hold near and dear. We may be moving away from it, but that's still ingrained within their culture. It's just that we're, I guess, more so adapting with what, as the world turns. I'll use that phrase.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, T.
I was just saying, I'm old school. Y'all know I'm old school, tradition, standards, all that stuff. So, I think you should run it by if the dad is in the life, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Part of you know what I'm saying. It don't like I don't care if you don't roll with me now. You know what I'm saying. But I at least put it out. I'm at least put it out there. Like, hey man, this what it is.
Out of respect.
Hey,
yeah.
I have done it before. Like my first 2 games, I did it, and you see how they turned out.
But the question then becomes: women are okay with this tradition or this, aspect of patriarchy because we know where it's bred out of. But when it comes to other aspects, there's an issue.
Swift so messy.
Yeah, I want to get it. Okay, we never get into it. So speaking of tradition,
we'll have to dive deep in that one, man.
Yeah, we would. So, Kim, before I get to your question, let's stay on traditions real quick because another question came through. Bachelorette and bachelor parties, are they still relevant? Are they still done in 2021? Would you have a bachelorette or bachelor? Well, would you have a bachelor party, and would you care if your wife had a bachelorette party? And what would your bachelor party consist of?
I don't care, but honestly, the bachelorette parties are way worse than the bachelor parties.
Hey, man.
Really?
Yes, bro. Yes. The bachelorette parties, a whole bunch of man, bro.
Amen.
What happened at the bachelorette? I didn't know they were bad.
Swift. I'm gonna give you a little in Crowley's foul story time. You know, as you all know, I used to have lady entertainers. You know, protecting them. So I also, you know, had some
Also
women
known as a pimp.
That's how you describe it, bro.
I was a protector, you know.
Hold on, Queen on here lying to us, and they prayed that they bachelor. Girl, if you on bachelorette parties,
So
whatever.
I actually had some young ladies to come to me and ask me, you know, could I, you know, find some gentlemen to do a bachelorette party for them? Cool. So, you know, I go on the search because they had told me some months in advance. So I make some moves, get some gentlemen. So, you know, I'm always there to manage money and all that type of stuff. Dude, the request that I ain't gonna even say the bride had because she had some wild requests. Her bridesmaids were the ones who egged all the foolishness on. G. Like it was. And all I'm gonna say is I'm like T. Like,
I need specifics. What they request?
what did they request? All right. First off, so you know, dude coming out there. Then one thing I can say, women hate sweaty stripper dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. So we got that cleared up. After that was cleared up, G. These women didn't have panties on at all, like dead ass serious. Like Swift, I'm dead serious. Cause the first time the homie picked one of them up, I'm talking about it was all out. Dude, like Swift, I'm looking at you in your eyes like I'm dead serious.
This is unheard of.
Unheard of, dude. I ain't even got to the part where they done laid on the floor. The women voluntarily laid on the floor, G.
For some sort of penetration, is that what you're saying?
And asked for the whipping and all of that type of stuff. And yes.
These women out here wild.
And I'm talking about lube being squirted and all
that.
That's
enough. Go ahead, you muted T.
See, Crow was at one of them. You know, he probably was at a disclosed location.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, like I've seen the bachelorette parties at the paint shop, bro.
The paint shop.
Yes. Sip and paint, my nigga. Sip and paint.
Yeah. Let me say this. I did see the Instagram post where they was painting the guys while he was standing right.
Bro, these women are savages, bro. Like at the bachelor party, one, we're scared to touch the woman because of everything else. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. We're scared to touch. You know what I'm saying? If we're you know what I'm saying? If the video camera's out there, we kind of like falling back and chilling, or we're just reading the Bible. Honestly, like for real. You know what I'm saying? We on Twitter or something like that. We chilling. These women are savages, dog.
Man, ain't because I went to Atlanta for Corey's, wedding, and we had we didn't really have a bachelor party. I hope it's
we do nothing.
We ain't do nothing. We prayed. We had a few drinks. Went to cigar lounge. And that was it. But these women out here painting dick, Lord have mercy. And that's with the camera on. You can only imagine what's happening when the camera
That's with the camera on. Yes.
Ooh.
I told y'all what goes behind closed doors.
These women, go ahead, Jay Ward, because you just not coming on. What you got to say?
What's going on, y'all? I was at a football game in the heat. Man, I think that's a case-by-case thing. And I think it's just based off of your preferences and what works best for you and your household. But I think that's definitely something that you should talk about and discuss before, y'all even get to that point. Like, hey, are you having a bachelor party? I've seen people have joint bachelor, activities. But here's my question. If something was to go down, technically it's not cheating, most people feel like, because it's like until we are married, I did not do anything wrong. And that's what that's where I think a lot of the discrepancies come from, because certain people feel like, Well, it happened before we got married, you know. And I was driving to Dallas, and a woman had her information, like, you know, last fling before the ring. Um, it had like her Vimeo information, like, you know, send a drink to this particular number or whatever. I also knew a gentleman who his fiance, she smashed the stripper. Right.
Mhm.
Woo.
Before and they still got married. I mean, like that right there would have been you know what I'm saying?
Beta males.
That would have had to be a no for me. So,
Wait, so Beef, man. Hold on. Let me make sure I
Hey,
heard
he
this
being
right.
real though. There's some stuff that happened. That's all I
The
can
stripper. He knew about it, and he still married her.
I don't know if he knew about it, but the amount of cell phone footage that was out there, he had to find out something. Because then she got recorded. So I'm just like, you know, you allowed them to record you going hard like this. It shocked me.
Fifi say BS. If you're in a relationship, period, it counts before or during the marriage.
So is that something that would call off the marriage then? You know,
Stay
somebody
away from Junior's bachelor party.
I'm just here to dance. That's it.
I'm gonna say this much, since y'all boys don't want to, since y'all have never been to a bachelor party before, and the bachelor parties that you all have been to, I will kudos and give you all the good wholesome sticker. I can say back in my days before I became an AB man, you know, I did attend some bachelor parties where, you know, before you guys showed me the way, I'll say that much, of the good wholesome bachelor parties. But I did attend some bachelor parties where these young ladies did come in, and, you know, like I said, I did have some young ladies beforehand. And so, you know, they would walk in and, you know, they would prepare themselves to look a certain way to give an illusion or a fantasy once the music started playing. As the music played, you know, they danced, performed, you know, did some ballet moves, definitely show how acrobatic they were. They even definitely did party tricks, in which that allowed us to, you know, definitely give to their college funds, their books, you know, towards their books and their building fund. So as they danced the night away, you know, by the end of the night, you know, we were satisfied with that entertainment. We allowed those young ladies to, you know, gracefully leave. And as they left out, you know, we high-fived each other like, yeah, good entertainment, you know, and went on home.
I'm gonna ask this last question on this topic because Kim and Chris asked this question. What if the dad or the parents say no? You moving forward?
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely I want to know why. Like, you know, don't just give me a hard no without any feedback. Like, you know, is this a no because you're not sure I can financially support your daughter? You just don't mess with me, because it's not like he gonna say no and he gonna disappear. You still have to deal with your in-laws, and you want that relationship to go as smooth as possible. So I would want to know, like, you know, I understand what you're saying, sir, but what can I do? What is it about me that's missing? And then, you know, we can have a man-to-man conversation. Usually what happens in the past when I've met dads, I don't know what it is, but when I meet dads, they always like, whatever you want, son. You know, stay out as late as you want. You can drive the car. And I'm like, do you not know the intent that I have?
But Jay Ward, let me ask you this question. What if his daughter, your hopefully soon to be wife, hangs on her dad's word? So she say, you know, maybe in the talk, she was like, yeah, you got to ask my dad. That's one thing I want you to do. And so when you do ask dad, they be like, no, son, I don't think you're ready. Or either, no, son, I don't think you're the one for my daughter. And she asks you what dad say, and you tell her no, and she was like, what do you do from there?
I mean, again, just communication. Like, look, I feel like I'm ready to marry you. But then if like you said, if I know that she hangs on to his every word, then I'm already kind of side-eyeing this thing, and I'm a delay what I had in mind anyway, so I can work through this gray area to see, are you gonna side with your daddy or are you gonna side with me? Because if you side with him right now, the first argument we have as husband and wife, you're gonna run to your daddy and he's gonna take your side, and now you're gonna listen to whatever he says. And now he's gonna be like, I told you not to marry him in the first place, and blah, blah, blah. That's why I say I'm gonna talk to you man to man and be like, look, what is it about me that you feel like is not right for your daughter? And then I might not be right for you or your daughter, and then both of y'all can go ahead on. I go my separate ways. So I mean, I would value what he's saying, and he's saying it for a reason. Either he's trying to get more out of you, or he really does not want you to marry his child.
Nigga,
Okay.
you lucky I'm taking this off your hands, nigga. Fuck you talking about.
See, what you say is a blessing.
Hey, nigga, what? You better
You got your pockets.
Any final ones on this one?
Rob, what if you have a T that come to your house and be like, man, you better take this blessing I'm trying to take off your hands? What you gonna do, Rob?
Hey, so I'm the asshole out of the parents. Between me and Fee, I'm the one that don't talk a lot. I'm not the friendly one. I'm the asshole one.
Okay.
Fee is the outgoing one. I'm the one that sits back and peeps the scene and looks to see what's going on. So I already know what's happening before he even walks in. And so, like I said, I'm going to be super upfront and blunt. That's it. That's all I can be, man. And I'm going to trust my daughter to realize that I've taught her enough to discern between a trash dude and a good dude. That's it. That's all I can do. Because at that point, it's all up to her to make that decision. I can say no, but that's just going to make her be more defiant and go do it anyway. Go do it more. And so, somebody I can't do nothing about it, man. As long as you ain't putting your hands on her, you ain't treating her like trash, you're making sure she good, she covered, just like me. That's it. Like when I walked into my ex-fiance's house, I was not a good dude. At all. I was not a good dude. But the dad and the mom loved me, and they would want to warn me about her. It's like, if you want to walk away at any moment, walk away. So, I mean, it's going to be up to her to show her discernment, and then it's going to be up to me just to have her back, whatever she want to do. That's it.
Not they told you to get out.
Man, they love me, man. They love me. I don't know how.
Man, I as a girl dad myself, I just believe in setting the bar high myself. So you're not gonna take no trash because I don't give you any trash. And then also, I make sure that I'm not intimidating, I guess, physically in person. Well, maybe I'm more physically intimidating than I look on camera, maybe. But I'm just like, if a kid walks up to me, he already know, like, I'm gonna shake his hand strongly, and he already gonna know, like, man, if this get out of hand, I can't whoop him. And knowing when a youngster know he can't whoop you,
these days not fight.
Nah, when a youngster know he can't whoop you, they move differently around you.
They gonna
like,
say
really do.
They move a whole lot different when they know that you like I know my dad got that old man strength. I don't mess with him like that.
Listen, look, my niece had a little boyfriend or whatever, so I had hollered at him on the side, you know what I'm saying? Because her daddy really couldn't holler at him. It wasn't really nobody holler. So I pulled him over to the side, man. I looked him dead in his face. I told him straight up. I said, look, my mama dead, my daddy dead. I don't give a fuck what happened from here on out. It is what it is, my nigga.
That's real, man. Like that's it.
Whatever gonna happen, nigga. But I'm just letting you know straight up, bro. I said her daddy, he a good dude. His hands tied. I said my hands ain't tied.
I can only imagine. Okay, this is my last.
That shit was hilarious, nigga.
This is the last question.
Look, my sister said true story.
I can't even look. I won't incriminate myself.
Last one on this one because Kim asked you a question. Does your mom have a say about your fiance?
Yeah, absolutely.
You say yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How y'all not gonna give a fuck what the
I didn't
daddy
listen
say?
to my mom, man. My mom knew, and I didn't listen to her. And so, yeah, definitely.
My mom still like my ex, so I don't know if I'm gonna say yes.
But again, I'm gonna ask my mama, what is it that you don't feel about this woman? You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna have the ultimate say, but I am gonna take what she says into consideration. The same way I would take into consideration what my potential fiance's dad is saying. Like, damn, what is it about me? Like, my mom did not want me to get married young. She's like, ain't nobody ready to get married before 30. It's rare that somebody's ready to get married before 30. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying. And then, when I think back on it, she was right. I'm just like, yeah, you hit the nail on the head right here. Mama knew. Mama knew.
Man, we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you don't want to listen, but your mama know. Your mama gonna know what's up.
And Green,
my mama didn't have the final say so, but it is important that my mama liked it though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it is important your mom like them. Especially.
But hey, Swift, let me say this. I know women think the quickest way to a man is through his stomach, which that might be somewhat true. The quickest way to a man is to have a relationship with his mama. If his mama love you, and you and the mama get along, man, that son gonna be like because you essentially you're not taking the place of the mom, but a lot of the things that the mom does for this young man, you are about to start doing. Yep. So if I can see my mother through you, then it's like, oh, this might be the one. Like I used to say, I never marry a woman like my mother, because my mama was crazy. She was a crazy little short woman. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't marrying a woman like her. But then those qualities now is what I need as a man, as an adult. I need those same qualities that she has. I don't need any more fans. I need someone who's gonna say, look, this is wrong. Mm-hmm. This ain't what's up. Don't do this. Like, I need that as opposed to, someone like a yes woman. I need a partner. I don't need nobody just gonna say yes to everything I say.
Yeah, but the thing about that, you bring a woman home to your mom, you introduce her, she love her, you mess it up. Every woman you talk to from that point on gonna get compared to that one that got away.
y'all, one thing y'all forgot: a lot of women. I'm not gonna say all have that mind frame of, boy, I ain't your mama. I ain't finna be your mama. I ain't trying to be your mama. If you want your mama, go over there to where your mama stay. If you da. So you got to keep that in mind, So even though you are hoping and wishing for that moment, sometimes that moment don't happen, or and we got to also remember, if we're honest, our mom and dad both had flaws, but I love the shit out of my mom, and y'all know my mom is gone.
Right.
And I wish my mom was here, definitely. When I say this with all my heart, because boy, y'all know how y'all fellas definitely know me. I need my mama's guidance on some real shit, because I be having some real questions and nothing taken away, and I'm venting right now on for real. Nothing taken away from my aunt, my little sister, but it's just some about mama's knowledge, I guess, knowing, her child, and then knowing, what her child is into. Yeah, so, and then knowing who would be a kind of a good fit for her child. I think there's also, especially moms who are hands-on and have raised their kids, I think that's why they can discern and kind of go through some of the women like, well, I kind of like her because of this, and well, she didn't kind of quite me because, and you be like, mama, I really love her, but low key, your mama seeing your real qualities, you seeing some false qualities kind of that you living by, and she kind of know the foundation of you versus anything else. So I just, I would just say this: if you all still have your mom around, even your father's around, just piggyback on them for the.
You froze.
Froze.
Hey, I'm gonna pick up where Pro at, man.
Pro's on the move.
Hey, I'm gonna pick up where he is, man. Like, your mom understands stuff about you that you probably don't even understand about yourself. She saw you. She saw your mannerisms. She helped to craft your mannerisms, if you would. Like, she was there through all of that, so she can discern when a woman is bad for you. She can discern when she's gaming you. Again, she shouldn't have the final say, but her words should mean something, so you can at least step back and really evaluate and not be blinded by like all the gold.
And I think Latarian's
fool's gold.
And I think Latarian's point of this being women's intuition is honestly the first time I've ever heard women's intuition not being used towards something about men. My very first time.
Me too.
I've never heard of women's intuition being used this way. But that's a good point too. Let's move on. Hopefully Crow come back on. I know he will.
Yeah.
Next topic. I hope my girl Melissa on because she wanted us to talk about this. She asked a question, so I said I was gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. We probably won't spend too much time when we get to our third topic. What things that KS says that each brother supports, and those things he says that you oppose, and why? Also, what are your own personal beliefs about the purpose and value of women? I'm gonna read it again. Crow just came back on.
Put Crow back. All right.
What things that KS, meaning Kevin Samuel, says that each brother supports, and those things you oppose, and why? And what are your own personal beliefs about the purpose and value of women?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Jay.
Let me get second.
All right, so just like what's the guy's name who got jammed up with his old lady, with his wife? Derrick Jackson. I don't listen to either one of them, honestly, so I couldn't tell you like what do I agree with and what I don't agree with. I can say that as an entertainer myself, I do applaud how he's found his lane and he's maximized his potential in that lane, and you know he's done very well financially in that area because of that. And Green, I am not lying. I don't listen to either one of them. I really don't. No, I don't really listen to either one of them. But I will say, for the second part of the question, can you read that part again, Swift? I'll answer that one.
The value. Hold on, let me go back to it. I gotta go find it now. Also, what are your own personal beliefs about the purpose and value of women?
The purpose and value of women, man. You should have prepped us for this. I would have had some.
Oh no, I wanted to be authentic.
I'll say this, man. I think that the purpose of a woman, there's different women in your life, and you know you have your significant other. That woman will play a role, and then the other women will play different roles. So I speak on the significant other part because I think that's what people want to hear the most. I definitely think that person should be a partner to you, a part of your support system, and you are a part of her support system as well. And I think that you should hold on. Ethan, can you give me a second, son? Close the door. Close the door. No, close the door.
Daddy, bro.
Son, he want to shoot basketball. I have a basketball goal in here and he wants to shoot. I think you should be a part of your significant other support system and vice versa. I really think that she's not there to be like just somebody that you masturbate with using her body. You know, that person is hey, that's real, man. Men use women as a prop to just get off a lot of times. And it's like, that's not, you got to focus on her needs just like she needs to focus on your needs. It's a mutual. Everything should be give and give, not just, you know, you're giving and you're doing all the taking as well. I don't believe in that. Like I saw some idiot say that the reason why Prince Akeem left Africa was because of some Western civilization shit. And he wanted to take somebody's sloppy sex. And I was like, what? No, he wanted someone with a brain of their own to challenge him and he wanted to find true love. And I think
they were trying to stir the pot.
I ain't stirring the pot. I'm serious. Like you really want to find someone that is your matches you how you think financially, that's going to help optimize what you do in your career so you can make the most money that you can make. And she's not going to let you blow the money that you make. She's going to make sure that if you are on hard times, then she's going to pull you up and not.
So what you're saying is the purpose of a woman is to ensure that her man is good,
and for him to ensure that she is good. It's mutual.
We're not talking about his purpose.
It's a mutual purpose. We share the purpose together. No one is greater in the relationship than the other.
Oh, what you think? So first part of the question. First, do you listen to Kevin Samuels? And if so, What do you think are some things he says that are good, and what do you oppose? And what do you define as the purpose and value of a woman? Can you hear me, Crow?
Hey, you muted, boy.
Oh, my fault. My fault. Say that one more time.
What things that Kevin Samuel says that you support and oppose, and what do you define as what are your personal beliefs about the purpose and value of a woman?
Okay. First off, let me tell my baby that
So, Rob, question. Oh, he said something. Hold on. What'd you say?
I said she asked the question.
Who?
Your mom.
She did ask Crow a question.
Oh yeah, Crow at his girl house.
No, I am not. Hey, T, say that one more time. What he doing?
What's her name, Crow?
No. I have been blessed with a new home, so I am in my new digs actually. So that's
AB
all. It's just a change of scenery. So
AB
that's
brothers moving up. You feel?
In other words, Swift, he's saying that Mama got enough room.
Oh, but don't please, Mama, please, baby. Just know that I got a fireplace and it has a blower on it, so you know
Bro,
it can blow the heat. It can definitely blow the heat. Fireplace Crowley is ready for the wintertime.
Oh yeah.
Now back to the question, Crow. Things Kevin Samuel say that you oppose and you support, and your own personal beliefs about the value and purpose of a woman.
What I do support about Kevin Samuels is that he invokes conversation, whether negative or positive. Um, it gets us talking as a community. Sometimes it can bring out the bad. Sometimes it can, it can bring out the good. But at the same time, like I say, anything to move us positive and forward. It even have started opening up, I guess, women eyes and men eyes to different ways within themselves, and really looking at, I guess, how we each value ourselves. Some people don't base, their value off Kevin Samuel. So they're like, I don't give a what he says. You know what I'm saying? My value is higher than whatever he says. And so, like I say, it has just kind of reevaluating and looking at different things. What I don't support is sometimes about Kevin Samuels, he can go into a negative down spiral,
What do you mean?
You can it's okay to pop somebody, but then when you constantly kind of beat on them, then you missing the point in what you're trying to get them to. So somebody, but then when you constantly kind of beat on them, then he popped in. But when also I like the fact that he has opened men eyes to having standards. And women knew to have standards, especially from their moms telling them, hey, this is how you're supposed to carry yourself as a lady, blah, 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 blah. Men were taught how more so to be strong, but not to have standards when it comes to relationships. And so he has, like I say, invoked conversations about that. And also at the same time, he has showed a few women that, hey, sometimes you put yourself higher than where society might view you at. And not saying that he is, end all for society, but at the same time, if you look at the comment section, you have, a lot of agreements. So within that, I haven't pulled, I haven't did any research or da. So don't jump down my throat. But you see that he has some who also think the same as he does. So like I said, it's just more so opened up conversation for us all to truly look beyond ourselves and see what we really, want to be and where we want to be in life and who we want to be with.
Okay. Did you answer the second part of that question about the purpose and value of women?
What was this? Repeat it. So
what are your personal beliefs about the purpose and value of women?
man, purpose and value of women, that's deep. Honestly, man, they were, and my beliefs, they were created, from us to definitely be a part of us and work with us. So man, their purpose here is one. For one, we ask for them. Two, so they, man, I don't know, man. I'm so lost for
I'll come
words
back
on
to
that
you.
one
I'll come
because
back to
I
you.
love I
I'll
love
answer
women.
that
Like
question.
I'm just
I'll
being
answer that
honest.
question.
I just love the essence of women,
Okay.
especially our black queens. So man, their purpose is so deep here. Each one of them has a different purpose, and I honor and value each one of them definitely in different ways. Some the same way, but I just want them to see them succeed and thrive and be as great as they can be, but working with us without us coming at each other, But I
Okay.
don't know. I'm lost for words on that one, man.
I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna let Rob go last or T, because I know T coming with it. I'm gonna have to use Rob for cleanup.
Let T go first. Let T go.
T go first.
I'm a
E
great
first.
cleanup guy. I'm
You-
a great cleanup guy.
We should let E go
Hell
first.
no, you not.
Shout out to E coming from leaving the Saints facility. Shout out to him earning the starting position for the Saints.
I was never a Saints fan. Never.
It's good
Never.
to see you, James.
I've been a Chargers fan all my life. Thank
Okay, so E, same question. Things about Kevin Samuels you support and oppose, and what do you define or your personal beliefs of the value and purpose of women?
Things I support about Kevin Samuels, I support his ability to actually vocally project how some or like a small group of men may feel. Some things I don't support is I don't support that like he makes it all about appearance. That's one thing I do not support because I know broke niggas they got bad bitches. You feel me? They got their own
That's
car,
different.
house, and everything like that. I don't
Now, T,
support
wait your turn.
but I'm excuse me about the word, the B word. They support upper echelon women. Let me say that upper echelon women, right? I
I
don't
value.
support his opinions on that to whereas he bases it off of how much money a man got versus how much loyalty one more show. I don't believe that because I know broke dudes that got very loyal women. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's my really like my only problem with Kevin Samuels for the most part. I appreciate that he vocalizes opinions for most men, but I also think that he kind of he kind of like Stephen A. Smith. He kind of like hit or miss sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a bed, but for the most part, he do be accurate. He do be accurate.
Okay. And what do you define? What are your personal beliefs on the value and purpose of women?
This is a tougher question. First of all, I think it depends on the man. What is the man lacking? If you're lacking that piece to whereas you need somebody to cook for you and you need somebody to feed you based off the money that you provide, you can find a woman like that. If you're looking for somebody that make your house a home, you can find a woman like that. But at the same time, there are other factors that determine it, right? So sometimes a man's net worth can determine what type of woman that he gets, and that's fine. But I think it also comes down to accountability from the male and female perspective. To whereas, okay, if you're a female looking for a nigga that's gonna take care of you, right? You need to stop dating bums, increase your pool to where you're dating millionaire, billionaire type of niggas, right? But 9 times out of 10, the average woman ain't gonna do that. So guess what's gonna happen to her? She's gonna grow up old, lonely, by herself, or maybe by herself with a kid. You never know. So, and then even for men, that's bad on them too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna grow. Guess what? Old, lonely, maybe have a kid or whatever. The kid ain't going to amount to shit. No offense, but I'm just throwing that out there, right? It doesn't determine who you're going to be. Women, the right woman. Let me say it: the right woman plays different roles in your life. She can make your house a home. She can possibly cook for you. The right woman for you fills the void that you need. So there is no template because there's no template to the perfect man. So in that instance, whatever type of man you are, the right woman will fill those voids that you need as long as you're filling those voids as she.
Okay.
Swift, we didn't get a chance.
It's like 100% factual.
Swift, can you ask E what he's drinking tonight, real quick?
Read the comments.
I've been drinking a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I've been trying to evacuate and shit. So
Okay, enough
I'm
said.
not.
Okay,
I'm
Swift.
not even gonna lie to you, bro. I've been drinking a lot. Trying
I
to
definitely can tell he been drinking.
100%.
Let me go to the comments and T, I'm coming to you.
What did I say that was wrong? What did I say something wrong?
I
Let me
like
know.
him. I like him because he sheds light on the status quo, current reality from a biased standpoint. Kim, so we shouldn't value ourselves. Don't add tax, add coupons. Crow, is you lying?
I can't even see that on Facebook. On the Facebook app.
Erica said, I don't like this current view of women not bringing anything to the table.
We need to hit that one.
The
Okay.
weakness of men. Wait.
We'll
The
come back to
weakness of men is the facade of strength. The strength of women is the facade of weakness. That's something interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to that. Latarian said the weakness of men is the
Chevy.
facade
That
of
boy
strength.
name is Chevy.
The strength of women is the facade of weakness.
Why would you read the
Also
same thing I
said,
just read, Swift?
I'm still because I'm reading, you know. He also said most women do not bring what they think is valuable to the table. And I asked him, what do you define as valuable? Nicholas, I don't oppose anything. The people who call obviously want to hear what he has to say to anyone else and have the audacity to call in like they're the exception. Now, you agree enough to be a supporter and want his advice, agree with him when he in Europe too.
Man,
Fifi said it's no different. Kevin Samuels is no different from any social media person you follow. If you don't like what they post or what he says, then don't listen or stop following that person.
that is my biggest thing with people, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can literally turn your phone off, but you're too fucking stupid because you're caught up in the rapture of social media that you can't turn your phone off. That shit don't make sense to me, and I'm in tech, so like that shit don't make sense to me because I can just like whoop, turn my phone off, and guess what? Nothing happens. Nothing is affecting my world. But you motherfuckers at home too goddamn stupid to do the same shit. That shit crazy to me, bro.
Come on, T.
Listen, man, we talked sort of about this before. Like I said, y'all know I'm a Kevin Samuels supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleader.
I think we need to protect that man at all costs. You know what I'm saying? One reason, besides, see, people be looking at it from a man and a woman perspective. I look at it from a standards perspective. Black people don't like when people hold them accountable or to a standard. And that's literally what the man is doing. Now, when people try to come at him or say that he doing this, he doing that, that's what you call deflection. Because you can't take.
He was gay.
Yeah, you can't take
what
what he's
him being
saying.
gay have to do with him telling the truth?
Exactly. Like, okay, so boom. Even if he was gay, I don't care if RuPaul is saying what he's saying. I'm gonna agree with it because I can take my emotions out of a conversation and really just listen to the facts or the stats. Now, I will say I agree with 85% of what the man say. And honestly, if my old lady would listen to all his episodes, she would have me wrap
Yeah,
around.
don't get yourself in no trouble.
No. What I'm saying is,
Look over your shoulder, T. Make sure it's safe.
no. What I'm saying is, she would have me wrapped around her finger. That's what I'm saying, because he speaks to what men like or what men want, and a lot of women, instead of taking it and digesting it, they look at a 20-second clip and want to write them off like, oh, well, I don't like his tone, but you didn't see the whole 5 minutes before that when he was actually trying to have a conversation and the woman being disrespectful, not listening, not this and that. You know what I'm saying? And then it eventually leads to a crazy ass conversation. But y'all don't see that because people want to counsel him because black people don't like everything that's good for us. We don't like. Period. It don't matter. He kind of remind me of my grandma. Like, he kind of remind me of my grandma, bro. I got my standards from my grandma. Honestly, I got my standards from my grandma. Be clean. Watch how you present yourself. How you are in public. Stuff like that. So they come at that man because he telling women to, you know what I'm saying, okay, put the bonnet up, or, you know, talk to your man nicely. Smile at your man like men can't have standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. And a lot of the problem is a lot of women they want the traditional man, but they don't want to do what it takes to have a traditional man. Like, look, I'm busting my ass out here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm providing and doing what I'm supposed to do, I don't give a fuck I don't care how much money you make. What your career is, I don't care. Why I don't care? Because I can take care of my damn self and you times 2. Period. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's who he's talking to. He's not talking to normal, everyday people. But again, the thing is, he advocates for the average man. If an average woman gets with an average man, y'all be average together, and everybody be happy.
I don't agree with that, bro.
No, I'm saying, what's wrong with being average, though? What's wrong with being normal?
This is the only problem I don't agree with. You said the average man can take care of the average woman times 2. I don't agree with it.
What I'm saying is, everybody wants to value themselves higher than what the fuck you really are, bro. I know what I am. I know I'm 5'9", 5'10", bro. Dark as hell and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I know what my value, you know what I'm saying? What my marketplace value is, bro.
Both of y'all be quiet.
This is my point.
Speaking of value, hold on.
This is my only point, bro. Is that
what is going on?
First of all, I'm not talking to you. Let me say that for the record. I'm not talking to T. Hearn. I'm not talking to T. Dickery. I'm talking to social media everywhere. You are not who you think you are because of the internet. And that's what's fucked up the majority of you motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, that's real.
So y'all really not that. Even at your job, 80% of you are probably performing subpar at the job.
This ain't stop.
But you still have a job.
That's real.
So that is so first of all, humble yourself. You're not even performing in the top 10 percentile of your job, and 90% of your jobs are make less than the top 10% in your percentile, which are people in tech. So if you're not in tech or medicine, right, you're not making the upper 10% of your generation.
Is my mic on?
Your class. So therefore, all you motherfuckers that's like work at call centers, no, I'm just throwing out titles, right? They might car dealers or something like that. You know,
Swift, you have the power to mute.
Y'all are not the 1%. Y'all are not the 1% that actually makes money. So how are you demanding the 1% benefits?
This ain't got nothing to do with the topic. This has nothing to do with the topic.
It is spin though.
It does. It literally does. That's the problem.
Second part of the question. Your own personal beliefs about the purpose and value of women, and then how many you brought?
I mean, value of women, we all know. Like, I believe that our show is one of the best places where we show the love for women. He is still
Everybody, he has lost his personal battle with Hennessy for the night. So,
he is fucked up. Listen.
Hey, he on that Bolton corn whiskey. Hey, that boy on that moonshine.
I don't drink Bolton corn whiskey. I ain't been to Bolton in a minute.
All right, listen. All I'm saying is,
And he is talking hard like he's not muted.
Bro, I'm just saying, just take it into perspective. Right? The scientific theory, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand the method before you take it in that motherfucking and test it, right? I'm just asking you to get to the first part. Just get to the first part. That's all I'm asking. All right. So, peep game. If you are a person just hearing the idea for the first time, take it through the scientific method.
Yeah, what is
and then form your own decision, right?
This boy talking about photosynthesis.
No,
this boy talking about research. He talking about scientific method, quantitative and qualitative.
For real though,
I'm speaking towards T's theory.
For real though, like everybody that does not like Kevin Samuels, I implore you to go watch 3 whole shows.
Them
not a clip,
like 2 hours long.
Or none of that. Just watch an hour show.
But T,
from
real
the
quick.
top to the bottom. And you will understand that he is out here doing the work for the black community. He advocates for black marriages, black families, and black women. And if you black women get out your own way, you will recognize that the man is giving you honest advice from a good place.
That's all I'm trying to say, bro.
And I will say this one last thing.
1 point. Yeah.
Hold on.
Thank you, T.
One last thing I will say is I never met a woman that had her shit together that had an issue with what Kevin Samuels say. I promise. I never. If you have your stuff together, you will agree with everything that man say. And a lot of married women agree with what he said. A lot of married women say how their relationship has improved because of him. So if you do have a problem with him, it might be you.
So, T,
have you ever met a woman that had a
T pulled out the big grenade at the end and threw that mug.
I'm muting everybody because y'all acting up tonight. T.
You can't mute your daddy.
He is still talking.
Yeah.
Rob, go.
Please save us, Rob.
Please save us, Rob. I'm gonna unmute Rob.
All right, am I unmuted?
Yeah.
All right, so for everyone that is watching this show right now, I want you should do the same thing we watching our show. Remove your personal feelings from what you are hearing and see if the words sound the same. Period. Like Kevin Samuels went at this dude so hard on his show that it hurt my feelings, the way he was talking to this dude. But every single thing he said about this dude was spot on. I mean, 100% spot on. So the things I agree with him about, I agree with him as far as people value themselves too high. When you value yourself too high, you are constantly let down, constantly. But what some groups of people do when they value themselves too high and they don't get the person that they want, they immediately blame the other side. So, for example, I'm valuing myself at this certain level. And so the women that I'm trying to look for are at this level. So instead of me saying, maybe I need to get my shit together to get to this level, I say the women are terrible, or the women don't like me because I'm black, or the women don't like me because I'm this or I'm that. Instead of you focusing on yourself and getting your stuff together, you in turn just say either the other side or the men don't like me because I'm educated, or they don't like me because I'm outspoken, or they don't like me because X, Y, Z. And it has nothing to do with the other side. And so I value anybody that can shine a light to me and let me look at myself, because I'm always looking inside of myself to see how I can improve myself. A lot of people in our community don't look at themselves to see how they can improve themselves. They think they're a finished product, they're the shit, everybody should be coming after them, period. And that's not how life works. And so he shines a light to a lot of people that feel like they are the shit and realize they are not. What I don't agree with him with a little bit is how he says that kids devalue a woman. A little bit. I will explain a little bit, because when I met Felicia, she had kids. I had kids as well. I don't think that I was devalued as much. Again, when you are meeting someone that has children, you not only have to deal with that child, but you have to deal with that child's other parent when you're in a relationship with them. So it's not a devaluing, but it's something extra you have to deal with. So, for example, Swift, if you meet a chick and she has a child, you don't have any kids. So you got to deal with a chick that has children. You don't have any children. That's a completely new thing, as opposed to you meeting a chick that has no kids and you all can just focus on one another. So whenever a man or a woman is meeting someone and one of them has children or a child or multiple children, I wouldn't say that's a devaluing, but that's extra capital you have to spend as a man to help take care of this woman. On top. That's extra capital, that's extra time, that's something extra you have to do. A lot of men who are in that top 10 percentile, if they have no kids and they made it to the point where they got their doctorate, they're making six figures, they're at the top of their game, they don't want to deal with anybody that's bringing anything extra than they're bringing. And that's just the fact of the matter. So I don't agree with him in that aspect, but again, I don't think it's called a devaluing. I just think that it's something extra that someone who doesn't have a child has to deal with when they get with someone that has children. That's men and women. So when me and Felicia got together, I was bringing one child. She was bringing twins. I didn't think it devalued her, but I just knew whatever I did, I was going to have to support us 5. Now it's 7. And so that's just like my whole game changed, because I have to have a bigger house. I have to have bigger vehicles. I have to spend more money on food. As a man, you have to take that into account. Some men don't want to do that. So I think a lot of women see that as something bad, but you have to look at it from the other perspective. If this is a man who wants to take care of his business, he has to take into account you and whatever you're bringing, on top of your emotional baggage, on top of everything else. Like some people bring their emotional baggage or relationship stuff like that. You're not only bringing all that, but you're bringing a child or children from a previous relationship, and you don't know who this dude is that you got to deal with. So, second question, what value do women have? So, people in general have a standalone value, and they have value in a relationship. So, for women, I think women's standalone value is just like a man's standalone value. You're supposed to be having a job, get your education, contribute something to society. That should be your value. You shouldn't be a drain on society. People shouldn't be trying to pay for your way. You should, be providing something to society. So you have your standalone value, then you have your value in the relationship. Your value in the relationship depends on who you're in a relationship with. That's it. Like, it depends on who you're in a relationship with. So I hear a lot of black women talk about they're the most educated, that this. Does that education come with student loans, and does it come with high?
We need to get a mask for Rob Watson.
With this higher salary,
He's on fire.
So you being more educated, or being the most educated group of women is a great thing to put on Twitter. or put on social media, but what is that education bringing to the relationship as value? Because if I'm with someone and they have a master's degree and they're making six figures, but they're not paying any bills or doing anything, you might as well be not working at all and have a high school diploma. So, your value depends on what type of relationship you choose to be in as the woman. If you're in a relationship with a man or a woman, whatever, that's what your value is going to be. So, like, bragging about being the most educated doesn't mean anything. So what? Like, what's the so what? Like, okay, you're the most educated. That means nothing on the grand scheme of things. It doesn't mean anything. It's a bragging right, but what do you do with that education? Like, what do you do with it? Like, I don't think you ever hear men talk about some men, because some men lean on their education. Men, us, we don't really lean on, what our education is. We're trying to provide for the family and trying to be economically sound and make sure that we're taking care of our situations. But leaning on being the most educated doesn't mean anything unless you bring in that type of value that comes with that education to the relationship. And for a lot of men, like for me, I can take care of fee times 3, plus me and the 7 kids. Like, her education, her job won't dim what I'm already doing.
Attention, so everybody. That means Rob has money.
In addition to.
Rob
it's
has
just in
money.
Addition to.
Rob
in addition to.
But Fifi gonna beat y'all ass.
Like, so a lot of black women try to beat us over the head with the education piece, but what is that doing for the relationship if that's what you choose to do? If you're educated, you're great, you're moving and shaking within the corporate world, that's your standalone value. And so it has nothing to do with the relationship. That's your standalone value, and I think everyone should have standalone value. They should have relationship value. Your standalone value has nothing to do with your relationship value.
Swill, can I jump in?
Hold on.
Let me get
jump in.
Hold on. T, go ahead.
Listen, you talking about we lean on money and dick side. Listen, when I didn't have money, I had the dick. Okay.
I'll just let they go.
So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever gonna get done because of that. Besides the money, fuck the money. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all go crazy for the other, anyway. So let's just be honest, man. Look, pick better. Pick who you choose to be with better. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, either you gonna get with a dude that got his shit together or don't. I promise. I'm not, according to Kevin Samuels, I'm not even a high value man. Honestly, I check a couple of the boxes, but I don't check all of the boxes to be a high. I don't even consider myself a high value man. I'm just a nigga that got my shit together. You know what I'm saying? So
go ahead.
At the end of the day, y'all just gotta understand. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being average.
Go ahead, Jay.
And there's nothing wrong with dropping that meat off. That's all you got. There's nothing wrong. Obviously, these women just want the meat on like some days. You know what I'm saying? So you need to operate like Uber, like, you know what I'm saying? These are your peak hours. This is where you need to operate.
All right. So I'm gonna channel my energy here.
If you are a high maintenance man, that means you are above this certain grade. Oh yeah, this many inches. This is where you need to.
I gotta mute him.
Please mute him.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna channel my inner team on this one here.
Come on, Jay Ward. Come to this side.
Telling y'all when they want y'all to come visit.
How you get unmuted, Swill?
I can unmute myself.
Take command back.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right, so I agree with kind of what E's saying, and T. I know that sounds crazy, but you got to put the blame on women for making some men feel overvalued, making them, because it's a whole lot of men out here that don't bring anything to the table. They don't have a job. They don't have a car.
Still get ass.
And they get a bunch of it. So now they feel like the only thing I need to bring, and they don't even go down on the woman. They just, all they do is just bring the meat. That's it. because the women have made them feel that they are valued because of this. The same way I blame men for making some women feel like they are overvalued because it's like, well, I can't do this, this, and this, but it's always a bunch of dudes in my inbox. So they feel that they have a higher value based off the amount of attention that they get from the opposite sex. So to speak back on what Rob was saying about how most people feel overvalued, that's why, because it's just like, man, I ain't never been a good dude, but my pussy never stopped. So it was just like, now I don't have to be that because my supplies have never been cut off, and that's what the movie Chirac is about. Which is based off of a Greek tragedy called Lysistrata, and it's just been, hey, until y'all stop all this fighting, ain't nobody getting none.
Bro,
And it's
Chirac,
just like
if people listen to Chirac for real, bro, and see what it was really about, that shit was genius. But go ahead, Jay Ward.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just my point on that. It's just like, the value is based off. It's the same way a lot of these women who are on Instagram, they feel high value because they have 1.2 million followers. So and it's just like their only talent is how they look. So a lot of times, they're gonna feel overvalued because, well, I have to be doing something good because look how many people like me. So you have to find that inner value and really peel back the layers and see what it is that you're bringing to the table.
Whew, Lord, tonight. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, Crow was first.
Can I address Kim comment, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Listen, we do not value Instagram models. We like their pictures. They get fucked. They get flown out. They don't get wife. I follow enough of them to know. They every 3 months they will post a caption talking about how there's no good men in the world. They can't find. They want somebody to cuddle with. They need a man. Blah blah blah. The reason why is because nobody takes them serious. We look, but we don't cuff. So if any woman out there is envious of an Instagram model or a person that has had a BBL and just to get attention, they do not have a person in their life that's of value.
Hold on, T. Hold
on. They may have a money bag,
Hold on.
Hold on, let me get this out, bro. They may have a money bag, that has
What's
3 baby mamas.
What's a money bag, yo?
A money bag, has 3 baby mamas or something like that. That's what I'm saying. So again, you want to be jealous of these Instagram models, but nobody is wifing these hoes. Honestly.
Yeah, nobody wifing these hoes. These hoes only become baby mamas.
Listen, look at Drea. Look at goddamn, and Drea's fine. Jay, never mind. I ain't gonna tell on Jay Ward, but
hey, Drea bad. She
Drea's bad.
Out of all these hoes,
Drea's bad. But Drea's for the streets, and she's out here alone. And all the top Instagram models.
Did she let her kid almost drown though? Trying to take
all of the top Instagram models are alone. Nobody is wifing.
You got a kid, bro, so that decrease her value.
Period.
Y'all, he going live. He live in the chat. I'm about to block E like tonight because I don't know what he been drinking on or smoking. This ain't smoke. You don't smoke?
No, I ain't smoked since like 2011.
Oh, okay.
We don't speak of 2011.
I don't smoke no more, bro.
All right, so let's go and wrap this show up tonight. Lord, we've been on an hour and 30 minutes. We didn't get to our last topic. We'll have to address it next week. So let's go around. Final comment.
Look at Shannon said, make sure Jay Ward drink what he's drinking every night.
White Moscato. White Moscato.
And let me say this, Mike, you said Brittany Renegade wife. We see how that turned out.
Don't get Swift started up.
We see how that turned out. All right, final comment.
Time for these hoes, man. Y'all need to quit. I'm telling you, man. It looked good on the internet, but in real life, I know these hoes. Honestly, I know these hoes. These hoes are sleeping on motherfucking blow up mattresses and living it and wearing their homegirl clothes. Period. And if they on OnlyFans, that shit about to get shut down.
That's your final comment for the night?
That's my final comment, man. Don't put these hoes on a pedestal, man. Real talk, man. They're not getting rings. They're not. No. Period.
Rob.
And hoes as in honeys. Hoes as in honeys.
Hoes as in honeys. Definitely. Hoes as in honeys. Bitch equals friends.
Y'all don't see the sexing going on in the comments.
I do. That's what I'm trying to block. Go ahead, Rob.
I want us
Rob about to leave.
as a people to stop giving attention to shit we don't like. Please stop. Please. People have been saying Breakfast Club is going to get canceled for 5 years now, but every time I get on my timeline, people are hate talking about it. Stop giving attention to stuff you don't like. Please. You are only making it spread more. You cannot bully someone into thinking like you. Your way of thinking is not the only way of thinking. If you don't like it, like, you can literally rid your life of it. That's what I want us to do. Like, I've been talking about this for like 2-3 years now. Don't hate watch stuff. Don't hate talk about it. If you don't like it, just get it out of your life and get it out of there. That's it. That's all I got.
We're gonna have a BBT after dark tonight, I see. Go ahead, Crow.
Man, we talked about a lot on this show. I'm gonna just say this much.
About Boosie, man.
It's a category 4 ahead of him, bro. Boosie ain't having shit. I don't give a fuck.
Go ahead, Crow. Go ahead, brother Crow.
Be quiet. Go ahead, Crow.
I'm gonna just say this much. Everybody who watched the show, everybody who tagged, whatever, I'm gonna simply say this much. We all grown. Open your motherfucking mouth and communicate. Just as simple as that.
I have to take that phrase from Crowley is open your mouth and STMO for them.
Oh, and for Quinn, this means zen the fuck out. That's all.
Y'all got your own code words?
No, she asked what ZTFO was.
Don't sleep on these code words. I'm just
Big Sean's song, son. It's called Zen the Fuck Out. Go listen to it.
Is it?
Yes. I'm King Virgo and I'm zenning the fuck out for my for the birthday.
Initial to stand for something else and that motherfucker, you know, I'm just
Okay, Eve, final comments.
I said what I said. But I really did though. Right.
He was in the room hollering to himself on mute.
For 5 minutes, now he can talk. He said what he said.
I said what I said, bro. Like I'm standing my ground, like Zimmerman. Ooh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
This gonna get blocked.
I don't even know.
Damn.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
I'm just about to type an apology. I'm so sorry to whoever.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I think man. Shout out to Crow with his man whores. I'm glad that that phase of your life was successful when you was running the block. Like Rob was saying, man, when you don't like something, don't consume it. I said years back that I would not give any of my attention or hard-earned money to the Kardashians because I was like, this is a travesty that these people are famous for nothing. And I did not consume anything related to them. Didn't follow none of that. And I'm like, they may be relevant in someone else's life, but not mine. So, you know, but yeah, like I said about, you know, just, man, people have value based off of the juice they had in the streets. That's why you have a lot of people who were like high school good athletes and they felt like their value was really high. And then they went to college and couldn't even make the team. And they still hold on to that stuff to this day. It's just like your value's off, man. You have self-value in the wrong things, but it's also attributed to the people around you that fed into that foolishness. Man, I really wanted to get into that tea, but I don't want to be a tea supporter, man. But I ain't gonna start nothing with this, but I'm gonna just say this. T said that no woman who has her shit together has a problem with what Kevin Samuel said. And I was gonna say that Lizzo does not have her shit together, and that's why. But then I stopped and I scratched through the comment because I'm like, that's gonna start a whole nother thing. But I really wanted to get into that. But maybe next week we'll be able to jump into that topic and why we feel the way we feel about that situation. But yeah.
Whew, and
Shout out to all the Virgos on the show. We in this thing.
Virgo season.
Virgo season is
Let's
upon
get
us.
it.
My
Virgo
birthday
season,
is
baby.
2 weeks. And yes, Melissa, if you call in to the show, let me know because I'm absolutely watching that because I definitely don't think you were going to agree.
Virgos are trash.
She should call in and be her honest. Melissa, you need to call in and be your honest self and tell your honest situation and get some honest advice. Period.
Hey,
So,
y'all,
you
we
know,
gotta talk about
y'all had
Rob and
y'all
Pete.
time for
Rob is about to make baby 8
y'all
tonight.
had y'all time
Bro,
for
she
final
know what she
comments.
need. She just want to.
Nope, you muted E. So, no, I'm not coming to Miami, but 9/11 Virgo season. First, I want to thank Melissa for the question.
9/11?
Starting that dialogue.
Yeah, his birthday just before his stepdad.
Oh, damn. So, hey, Swift, do you call Crowley Mister?
God, y'all can make me cuss. Thank Melissa for the question. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Hopefully, we see y'all next week. We are going to continue and keep it going strong. We really appreciate y'all coming on.
Shout out to September
any,
18th.
what'd you say, Jay?
September 18th coming soon.
I'll be in Miami next week.
If y'all have any questions y'all would like to for us to address, please and message any one of the brothers so we can talk about it, or message us on Facebook. And
Is it a BBT after dark tonight? Let me make sure.
First of all, it's a BBT after Swift 18 or whatever. Because he called Crowley Mister.
moving on. So if he's not coming back, ML. Anyway, hopefully see y'all at homecoming. We're gonna try to go live at homecoming, so make sure y'all come down for homecoming in October. But that's all I got for tonight. Once again, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a great evening. If y'all in Hurricane Ida path, stay safe.
Follow us.
For real, bro. Like,
Follow
I
us.
ain't gonna lie. I'm low key on the verge of losing my house. I'm low key sad.
Follow us on Instagram.
Well, hopefully the storm pass over you, man.
Brothers,
But it's
brother
gonna hit
been to
as a hurricane
on
3
Instagram.
after it hit as a hurricane 4.
It's
So I'm
hopefully
just like,
category 4, yeah.
You gonna break my windows? Like, damn,
Hey,
bitch.
hey,
like,
y'all listen.
hurricane rude as fuck.
I do not trust September Libras, like for real. That is, don't trust the September Libra.
Damn, Rob, you know the fuck I'm in a category 4. Fuck.
You think it's Hurricane Chris coming?
When I thought about it, I was like, damn, what the
Hey,
hurricane?
hey, Eden put the hurricanes online and shit. Hey, this hurricane number 4 right there.
Yeah, that bitch like a Hadouken.
Ruben the Hurricane caught in.
When I had said it, I ain't hear it, but like I was like, damn, it is fucked up. Maybe nobody catch it. I look at the comment, I see Rob as the first one to pop up. Like, damn,
asked Rob for the meet on the show.
She did.
I missed that. Oh shit! Next baby Rob coming next year.
I'm snitched.
Damn, boy, you got another one.
He just paid a new.
Damn. Yeah, your shit burned and cremated. God damn, you first as hell, bro.
Hey, E is on one.
I want to hear the show.
Is like the Mesopotamia.
But I got things to do tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. Please stay safe. And y'all have a great
Rob is a DC sniper.